10 actors who appeared in both Marvel and DC movies. Nobody is saying you can't enjoy both Marvel and DC. Both were rivals in terms of comic books and films in the past. The Marvel Cinematic Universe dominates the movie world, and DC keeps pace. Not everybody sticks to one side of that dividing line, but people love movies and characters produced from both sides. Welcome to BingeTv. Here are the top 10 actors who appeared in both Marvel and DC movies. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn notifications on for more videos like this one. Without further ado, let's begin. 10th place, James Marsden. James Marsden joined his first superhero movie in 2000 as he played Scott Summers' Cyclops in X-Men. He returned to play a role in the two sequels before moving to DC. Marsden then played Perry White's son Richard in Superman Returns. He later reprised his role as Cyclops in X-Men: Days of Future Past. 9th place, Halle Berry. Halle Berry was a prominent star of superhero movies in the early 2000s. She played as Ororo Munroe, Storm, in X-Men and X2 X-Men United. Before finishing the trilogy, Berry jumped to DC to play Patience Phillips in a Catwoman solo movie. Berry then returned to the X-Men franchise for X-Men: The Last Stand, and came back almost a decade later to play Storm again in X-Men: Days of Future Past. 8th place, Zachary Levi. Zachary Levi has also appeared in films based on DC and Marvel comics. He originally was part of the MCU as he was cast as Fandral in Thor: The Dark World. Levi replaced Josh Dallas for the sequel and returned briefly in Thor: Ragnarok. He has most recently played the lead role in Shazam and will return to star in Shazam: Fury of the Gods. 7th place, Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy played two major Marvel and DC characters. His first outing came when he reteamed with Christopher Nolan for The Dark Knight Rises to play Bane. Hardy has since joined Marvel and helped Sony launch their own villain universe with Venom. He's set to return as Eddie Brock in Venom: Let There Be Carnage. 6th place, Josh Brolin. Josh Brolin has appeared in several comic book movies. His first role came with DC as the lead of Jonah Hex in 2010, but that was it for Brolin before moving to Marvel. He played Thanos in the MCU in Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers: Infinity War, and Avengers: Endgame. However, Brolin also played in Cable in 2018's Deadpool 2. 5th place, Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton is one of the original stars of comic book movies. He made his DC debut as Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, in 1989's Batman. Keaton reprised his role as the Dark Knight for Batman Returns a few years later. After decades staying away from comic book movies, Keaton joined the MCU to play Adrian Toomes, aka Vulture, in Spider-Man: Homecoming. He's scheduled to reprise that role in Morbius, but will also play Batman again in The Flash. 4th place, Natalie Portman. Natalie Portman also got her start in the comic book movie genre with DC as she played Evie in V for Vendetta. A few years later, Portman transitioned to the MCU to play Jane Foster. She debuted in Thor and returned for Thor: The Dark World. Portman is scheduled to return as Jane and become Mighty Thor in Thor: Love and Thunder in 2022. 3rd place, Idris Elba. Idris Elba has played multiple roles for DC and Marvel. His first role came as Roke in The Losers in 2010 before making his MCU debut as Heimdall in 2011 Thor. Elba then appeared in a non-MCU Marvel movie as Morrow in Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance, but returned as Heimdall in Thor sequels and Avengers: Infinity War, where his character died. While Heimdall might be dead, Idris Elba has said he doesn't think it's the end of the character, and anything is possible with the multiverse in play. In 2021, he returned to DC to star as Bloodsport in James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. 2nd place, Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck played a superhero in 2003's Daredevil as the blind lawyer Matt Murdock. It wasn't until a decade later that Affleck joined DC to be the next Batman. He debuted as the Dark Knight in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice and returned to cameo in Suicide Squad and starred in Justice League. Affleck is scheduled to return as Batman in The Flash. Before we get to the top spot on our list, here's a look at some honorable mentions.
Get your ass up out of that dirt and stand in that line of attention until somebody comes tell you what to do. Yes, sir. And a new breed of super soldier.
Drop it.
Hey,
Drop it now! How do you know about this?
I don't even know what that is.
Move, Captain. I won't ask a second time.
First place, Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds is no stranger to comic book movie roles. His first Marvel role was as Hannibal King in Blade Trinity, but he then played Wade Wilson in X-Men Origins: Wolverine. Reynolds then moved to DC to play Hal Jordan in Green Lantern. However, Reynolds remained interested in playing Deadpool and finally got the chance to play a proper version of the Merc with a mouth in Deadpool and Deadpool 2. So what are your thoughts on these actors? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're at it, make sure to leave us a like, share this with your friends, and also subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time for more.